In this video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into Monday.com's newest product, Service. Service recently came out of beta, and it is a platform set up where you can manage service tickets. It's a one-stop shop for all of your agents so they can see everything that they need to do in one central place with streamlined workflows. So that way, emails, reminders, and everything that you could possibly need is all automated, saving you time and making sure that your agents focus on the most critical things.
Hi, my name is Tara, and I'm a certified Monday.com partner and the founder of Simpleday. My goal is to help you build powerful yet simple workflows with Monday.com. If you need help with a custom implementation, my contact details are in the description below. Let's jump into today's tutorial and make Monday the best part of your week.
As you can see here, I'm in the Monday Service product. Just to remind you, if you click on these 9 dots, you can see the different products that you have. And here I am working within Monday Service. Now, this is not an in-depth demo of how to use Monday. If you would like that, there's a link above to a basic Monday.com tutorial. This is a specific demo on the unique features of Monday Service. So there are a number of templates that you could start with within Monday Service. If you want to add a template, you just go to the plus and you can go to the service template and you see the different templates that they have. I use this one's called Request Management. I edited a little bit, but I'm working off of this template. So a lot of the things that you're going to see are automatically going to show up in your account as soon as you add this template. As you can see here, there's 5 different boards. The first one is a start here, which gives you a really great explanation of how Monday Service works as everything that's on these template. You can see all these different videos. I highly recommend that you check them out. There's a lot of information here that you can really gain insight into how this whole thing works. So I'm going to skip this document because feel free to read it on your own. And we're going to start looking at these boards. Now, Monday Service, as you know, the main point of it is for people to submit service tickets. So there's 2 different parts to this process. The first part is the external of what people are seeing. Now, this could be people within your company or without. And here it's called a portal, and we're going to get to see it. But here you could see it's the portal. And everything else is the internal boards. So these are the internal board where we actually do the work of managing all of these tickets. So before you even get started customizing these templates, the first thing that you need to do is set up your channels. Your channels is what's actually connected to Monday.com because that's where you get your incoming requests. So on any of these boards, you can see that there's something called channels here. And you would need to connect your email. So if you want to connect your email, you simply click on the email, click on which email you want to connect, and then it's connected. You can add more channels. I did hear at a presentation in the Monday office that they are looking to add a lot more channels here. So, obviously think about if you can get all of your support requests from all different places, social media, text, WhatsApp. I think that that's the long-term goal from what I understood. So, keep that in mind that there's more to come. So the first thing to do, like I said, is set up your channels. You're going to connect your email and get started with that. The next thing that I want to point out, because this is something that's really unique to Monday Service, I haven't seen it anywhere else yet, is on the top left, we have home, which is standard. My work is standard. The portal, which we're going to get into, but then they have this option for more. And you actually could personalize the menu. This is something that, like I said, is unique, and you can decide what needs to be pinned here, which is just kind of cool that, again, you can personalize what you want. So now that we have a basic understanding of how this works, we have the portal, which again is the external part, not specifically in Monday. And then we have the tickets where we're actually managing it. So I'm going to walk through how you set up a portal and then how the tip boards work, and then these other boards that are here as part of the flow, and as you can understand why they are here. Portal. I have a URL. I can name it whatever I want. So let's just say I'll rename this to Simpleday Customer Portal. I can choose my colors. So let's say I have specific brand colors that I want, so I can choose it within that color chooser. I can also choose a background image. And I'm going to show you how all this looks once we get to it. Now, in terms of content of what's actually in your portal, I want to show you what the portal looks like, and then I'm going to show you how to edit this. I just want to show you the last tab, which is security, and you can decide how you want, who should be able to see this. So right now, it's only active members of your Monday.com account, but you can see soon that it can be a user login or it can be a public login, which is really cool because then you have a portal for your customers. So now let's take a look at what this portal actually looks like, and then we're going to be able to customize the content. Now we're going to go into the portal itself. So if you see on the top right, there's a button that says go to portal. And as you can see, my portal opens up. So this is what it looks like right now. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I changed the name to be Simpleday, and I changed this color and I had a background color just to show you what it would look like if I changed it, just so you can see. Here, I'm going to change the color to be a pink. And if we go back to our portal in a second, you're going to see that that is going to change to pink. I may have to save it. Nope, don't need to save it. Okay, so let's just give it a minute and it's going to change. Now, I want to explain to you how this portal works. On the top here, we have a question. How can I help you? This is essentially powered by AI, and it's going to review everything that I have down here. Now, what I have down here is either the articles or links or documents that someone can link to for information that they may need help with. So if we go over here to content, this is what's feeding that information on the portal. So we're going to start with this one. These are, imagine, like groups within Monday. It's like very similar to groups. So you can see that I can add information. So let's say I want to add either a form or a link. So a link would be like, let's say to a document, like let's say you have an SOP or you have something like that, or I can add a form. Now I'm choosing from my work forms here that I already have. So let's say I want to add my support form, and I can just add it in. I can also add a description if you need support at this form. I have the ability to decide which group it needs to be. I can tag something by different things. So let's say it's like a library where it's a link or it's a highlight, or let's make this a bookmark because it's really important. And if I want, I can upload an image. And I'm adding this form right now, the support form. Now, if we go back here to our portal, so I just refreshed, and you can see that, first of all, the color changed. Remember how I did that? And here we have the new support form. So if I click on this, it's going to open a form that I had created for support. Okay. So what this means is you can have a bunch of forms, a bunch of articles or links for people to find. It's like a knowledge base where they can find help for what they need. Okay. So it's right now it's for people in your company because they have to be a Monday user. But as you saw, coming soon is that it's going to be for external people where they can come in here and they can select information. It's like a knowledge base. They can select the information and then they submit a form. Now we're going to get to how this form connects to the tickets, but this is basically your knowledge base where you're starting off. And like I showed you, you can totally customize the different groups that you want people to see, how you want this page to look. There's a lot of customization that goes into building this knowledge base. A great thing for this is you can use this for IT requests, and then maybe like the most common IT requests or maybe phone requests. Like, I don't know, every time I call support about a phone problem, they would say, well, did you turn it on and did you turn it off? So, you can have articles, different things like that within this content that then people will see on your portal. Now, I want to show you how this ticket board works. Let's just take a minute back to our portal. From our portal, remember we had a form. So the form actually lives on this board. This form is our support form that people fill out, which is obviously based on a board. Now, within this board, we are tracking all of our tickets. So we have our unassigned tickets, our open tickets, our waiting for response. We have different groups within this board. And you can see that there's pretty standard columns that you would need to submit tickets, like who the requester name is, what the status is. Here we have a description of the problem. Obviously, if you have more specific questions, you can always edit this board. But I want to show you a few specific and really unique things that are on this board. Number one, there's a ticket ID that's automatically assigned to each item. Now, As you can see, we have a status column, which shows us the status of each single ticket. So if you click on the ticket here, so let's just say I submitted this, I need help with my PowerPoint presentation. You can see that I have a current running activity log of all of the information. So this was a form that I submitted earlier today as I was testing this out. And you can see that the form was submitted. Now, let's just say I am a service agent and I received this form. I want to reply to this person to say, let me tell you how to fix it. So I'm going to reply here. I can write an email back to them and I could just say, here's how to fix your PowerPoint and whatever. I can write a whole bunch of information and you're going to see that it's going to send. And as it sends, it shows up here. And what's going to happen, if you notice that my status changes to awaiting customer, because I used automations to automate the status based on what happens. So I want to show you those automations because this is something that's really cool that makes it automated and eventually is just saving you time. So first you can see here, remember my task, need help with PowerPoint presentation. You can see that it went to awaiting customer. Now, there's a few automations that actually make this happen. And it is these two. This is based on emails and activities, the same thing that's from the CRM. So basically, I have when a new email is sent, send status to awaiting customer. And then I have when a new email is received, sends it to new reply. So this is essentially how the customer service agent is going to be talking back and forth to the client. Okay, so you're basically sending emails and then the status changes and the status change triggers it to be in a certain group. So then you know, oh, these are new tickets. They got a new reply or we're waiting for a response. What the other things that you can do to set this up to make it a little more automated is you also can have some kind of automations that, you can have an automation like every week, if this is still awaiting customer, send them a reminder. That's just one thing that you can do to constantly automate this. Now, the other thing that I'm not going to show you the steps of building it, but I just want to show you the concept is Monday Service is really built on using AI. So in the portal, you have AI that's reading all of the different data that's there, but you also can use AI to categorize things. So some ways that I've seen AI used here is you can see like here's a description of an issue and it categorized it. Is it an issue? Is it a question? Is it a request? And the priority. So you can really use AI to help set these columns so that way you understand what the priority is, what the request type is, and however you want to group the information, you can use those AI columns to allow you to do that. Now, there is more to this board that you don't see in the open queue, but you can see in the main table. There's a lot of information here in terms of the SLAs. So if you're tracking SLAs and you want to have all the information, there's a number of automations that are set up that automatically track this time and the time between different correspondence, a whole bunch of things. If this is something that you need, I recommend you looking into it. I just want to let you know that it exists. But what it also does is pulls this into an analytics board, which is kind of cool. Like it shows you what's your ticket volume, your tickets, your critical tickets. But then here you have all this information about SLAs. What's your average first response time, your average resolution time? All of this information is really important for you when you're running your business. So in terms of the tickets board, I just want to summarize a few things. Number one, you should think about what kind of automations you can build in terms of when you automatically send out information. You should think about AI, how you can implement AI to automatically read these tickets. Obviously, you could update the form. You can set automations like pretty standard Monday, automations when an item is, assigned an agent or whatever it is. And to keep in mind that all of this information is pulled to your analytics dashboard. Now, a few other things. If you click on this ticket view, so you'll see here first, here's information about the ticket, and here's the contact detail because there is a contacts board here. So we have the ticket information. Here's all the activities, and like emails and activities, you can just add activities if you want. And here's the contact information. So if you go to this contacts board, you'll see that it automatically connects via email with an integration to the tickets board. So it can be from your CRM or it can be here, but anyone that submits a ticket is automatically connected. You could see here, I got an email that automatically came in because I connected my email. So you can see that came in and see it automatically went to new reply. That wasn't planned for this video, but pretty cool. Now, I want to show you the other side of this ticketing system. So remember our portal that we had? So if you open the portal, and I'm going to go to the portal. If you open the portal now, you can see that I have one ticket. So if I click on it, remember this ticket about the PowerPoint, you can see the whole conversation about the PowerPoint and everything that's here. Now, what this means is this is not the internal agent that's responding, but this is me as the user seeing all my tickets and being able to respond to them or just look them up in the future. So this is why this portal is really, in my mind, really, really cool, because you have the users that are looking at these tickets, and Monday is supposed to get to the point that it's going to be external people that can use this. And then you have the internal agents that are answering all these tickets, but you can track all the tickets like per person and all the details of it, which in my mind is just simply amazing that you can have all this information in one place. The next part about Monday service is that you can also send out a CSAT survey directly from within Monday. So first of all, you can create the survey. As you can see here, here's a sample board of the survey. And what you can do is if you go to the tickets board, you can set up an automation that says when ticket is changed to resolved, so send out email. And within that, you have the link to the form of the CSAT form. So you're basically tracking the whole customer journey from the time when they come in all the way to the end till you want to send them a survey. And it's all done with just these 4 boards, basically, and the portal. So I want to just take a step back for 1 minute just to review everything that we did, because I know that there's a lot here and there's a lot to build on and a lot that can be customized. But if we look big picture for a minute, what we have is we have a customer portal where people on your team, or once it gets to be something that's external, people can go, they have a knowledge hub, they see all of the information, and they can either submit forms, submit requests, or read information, because you can add links, remember? And that knowledge base can totally be edited and totally customized. Then once you get tickets, the tickets show up on a ticket board. I would look into using the emails and activities automations. There also is unique automations for Monday service. I actually missed that part, so I'll just show that to you really quickly. If you go to templates, and if you search under email automations, you can see here that there are a whole bunch of unique automations specifically for Monday service. I also would look into the AI automations, because you can also integrate AI or the AI agent on this board to automatically decide what status things are, how critical it is. There's ways to integrate AI. So we start with the portal, the tickets come in, your team, the agents, works on the tickets. And then when they're done, it goes to the CSAT survey that's sent out, you pull in that data, and then you have an analytics dashboard. So you have one streamlined place to manage all of your service tickets where all of your agents can work. If you have any further questions about how to use Monday service, please leave a comment below and we will get back to you. As you can see, this is a constantly evolving product as Monday is adding more and more features, and it's just getting better and better. So I can't wait to share the updated features that this product has.
Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and remember to subscribe to receive tips and tricks on how to use Monday.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.